Everybody, and welcome along to, as you can see, predictions for week number 1. I'm joined by Bubble, back again for this season, and we've got Obluo as guest in this week. No public vote, as you can see. What I'm going to do is just ask you guys in the Twitch chat next week, but I will, this week even, I will have a form out next week. I was just a bit busy this week, unfortunately. So without further ado, we'll run straight into game number 1, which is The Kitchen versus Ice Age. So I'm sure you guys have both got the rosters pulled up. This is going to be a little bit of guesswork from us, I believe, this week, because we haven't actually seen any of these teams play. So it's going to be a little bit just based on rosters, and then obviously next week we might get a bit more of an idea. I'm not too sure about these Ice Age and Kitchens teams, to be honest. I think a lot of the Ice Age team, as we were chatting off stream, rests upon, I think, probably Raptor and Frag, if I'm honest. And for that reason, I think I've got to give it to Ice Age.
Well, you know me, I can never bet against dinosaurs, and if you know this, dinosaurs were around during the Ice Age, so I have to also go with the Ice Age.
Yeah, I think that Ice Age squad is pretty strong. I don't think they have their 5 this week, but I don't think it'll matter. I think Raptor's just that guy, so I'm going to go with Ice Age.
There we go. Ice Age across the board. Twitch chat, what do we think?
As long as Raptors are trying to 1v5, we should be good. I watched that playoff set.
He does like to 1v5.
Did have a very good set, but there's occasionally he'd be like, yeah, I'm about to 1v5, then die. Oh gosh, we have to do this for every Twitch chat. Twitch chat, quick, vote the kitchen.
I've seen 2 Ice Age and 1 Kitchen, so I'm going Ice Age. Done.
Huge sample size.
Yeah, huge sample size. Yeah, I've done another Ice Age, another Kitchen. There we go. Not sure about kitchen trades. Fair enough. Next up, Bubble. I know what you're going to put. It's pointless me even fucking putting anything in.
Whoa. Delete that real quick.
It's your server.
I was the guy who was voting against turtles last season. Okay,
you were. That's very true. Yeah, good point. It's hard to look past the duo lane of Food Fighters. I'm not gonna lie. Like
yeah, that with Muffin.
That duo lane alone of Muffin and Tommy Gordo is just, for me, better than every other duo lane in this division. Just looking at it on paper, like that duo lane is just completely cracked. How you got away with that, I don't know. Obviously, Muffin was your captain, and you've obviously picked up Tommy. But
Tommy Gordo.
Yeah, I mean, that
how did I get away with it?
that for me is pretty good. Camelot is pretty good in mids. He'll be solid for you. Link in jungle as well. Link, even though Link refuses to buy beads, which lets a lot of her gameplay down, is mechanically just one of the most solid junglers in Lance as well. So you've just got such a solid team. I haven't seen much, pardon me, from Airborne over in solo, to be honest. He's a bit of a question mark for me because I've not really seen a lot of him. But let's have a look at this Order of the Blight team. Tyran, Hard Stepdad, Faulty Viper, Shrimp, Crew on. For me, yeah, it's the duo lane for me, question mark on Order of the Blight. I think that duo lane is just unfortunately inferior to Food Fighters. But in other areas, Order of the Blight may be a little bit stronger. But I'm going to give it to Food Fighters. I think I just can't look past the Tommy Gordo and Muffin Man duo lane just running the show.
I have to agree with you. It's hard to look past Muffin Man on his stream where he has the worst stream overlay of all time, while also he's playing shirtless. So it's really hard to look past it, you know? Like, your eyes kind of get attracted to the top right of the screen.
It's his secret power, you know?
Yeah, but I will give you some insider information. It's commodity jungle today with C Page mid. Miss Link Husbando had to go to a wedding today. So there's that. But even with that, though, I'll still pick my team here. Because the other team, to be quite frank, is stinky. That's a joke. I just call people stinky.
I think Hard Stepdad's going to give you guys a run for your money over there in Food Fighters, but I still think Food Fighters take it. A 2-0.
2-0 coming out. What do we think, Twitch chat? There's a few of you in there now, so.
If I were you guys, I would personally pick Order of the Blight to be quirky.
I've seen easy Food Fighters win. I've seen someone put Blight. Someone else put Blight. Food Fighters 2-0, Food Fighters, Food... Okay, there's a lot more Food Fighters than there is thingy, so we're going to go Food Fighters.
Dang. Rip Locke. I was rooting for you, Locke.
Next up, Molly's Demons, Havard Hairnets. These two teams for me are interesting.
As in, I don't know what the hell to think about them.
Not sure. Like, Hairnets have got Zip Zap in solo. I haven't seen much of Zip Zap. Obviously, previously an ADC player, but has played solo before. He's over there, so it's going to be interesting. We've got Nugget returning back down to Lancelot. I mean, he used to be an absolute fragger. Whether he's still got that in him or not, I'm not too sure. We've got Mr. the Joe, Blessed, or now he's doing as Young Torchic over in the mid lane.
Serrated Flames.
They've got Serrated Flames and ADC, which is interesting for me.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the only. I think again the question mark for me is the duo lane. I love Joe to bits. I love Serrated Flames, but that duo lane for me is the question mark. I think a lot of it's going to come out of Zip and Nugget in the solo jungle pool for them. And then obviously on the side of Molly's Demons, we do have Nova Shark returning in ADC. He was the champion last time around. But outside of that, I mean, for the team, for me, just looks a little bit middle of the park. I mean, Ben can play a multitude of roles. You've got Team Touch Me. You've got Guzzy. Guzzy on his day when he's on Cuckoo or something like that is pretty good. But Tridix I haven't seen much about. I'm probably just going to have to give this to the Hairnets just based on the Nugget Zip Zap diff, in my opinion.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know what positions anyone on Molly Demon's playing. I'll be honest with you. I've seen scenarios where it's Guzzy support. I've seen Ben Dizzle ADC. I've seen Ben Dizzle on the bench. I don't know what to tell you what their lineup is. But I do think, one thing I do know is I think this Hairnets dive is one of the better in the division. Even with Zip Zap being a pleb ADC player, I have to agree. I've seen Zip Zap solo. He's done fine in like divisions that are slightly higher than Lancelot, so he should just be fine here. Pro Nugget, I would imagine, is one of the better junglers in this division, so I think it's just a dive dip from this Hairnets, not to sleep on the rest of their team.
I'm actually going to go a different route. I'm going to pick Molly's here. I think Ben's put together a squad to where they kind of have some early synergy compared to the Hairnets, who some of them may not have played together. So I think that early synergy in this week 1 matchup may play into part, and I think Molly's might have a good shot at 2-1. I would say 2-1 in this one.
I'm going to say 3-2.
3-2, brilliant. Twitch chat, what do you think?
No, I would love to root for Pokemon as the other new Oregoner, but I just gotta go with my gut on this one. I just finished breakfast, so it's a rumbly.
Everyone's going for Molly's Demons in the chat. So Molly's Demons Twitch.
Yeah, the public's never liked me. They're my biggest op.
Biggest hop. Next up, Bodega High versus Gecko Kuju. Game changers from last season, rebranched, renamed. I'm immediately off the rip for me. I'm gonna go for Bodega Hive. I just think that they have the better squad on paper.
Is that the Goat Hershey's team?
Yeah, they've got Hershey, they've got Saucy, they've got Gymkhana, Swagmaster. Ooh, like that team for me, they've played together as well over an AGL. I know they're on a team together. So I think that synergy going into week 1 is just going to be what's going to help them overcome Gecko Koju. Maybe they'll come a little bit unstuck once some other teams start getting some synergies together in the next weeks. But for me, I think they've just got the strength in depth. I mean, Hershey in mid lane alone is just probably the best mid laner in this division, potentially.
Ban Raw, Ban Raw, Ban Raw, Ban Raw.
Ban Raw, basically.
That's spoilers, the word Ban Raw.
Ban Raw.
He's the only Gold Fury and Reap that made me go to my Gold Fury team go like, you're going to top 3 Ban Raw.
I mean, they've got Kyle in jungle for Gecko Koju. They've got Mad Jag over in ADC. I've got Obama moving to mid, which I'm unsure about. I've not seen him play mid. I've only ever seen him play ADC in solo. And they've got Gank, who, for me, I'm not too sure about in solo either. I know he played solo last season, but didn't blow me away. So, I think Bodega Hive have just got more consistency across all 5 roles for me.
To me, this Gecko Cujo team, by the way, Cujo, not whatever Jordan was saying.
I don't know what I'm saying half the
time. I think they're actually like non-tank roles are pretty good. I think the issue, the question marks come with some of these tank players. We have Ganks, who I believe was on the Killer Kappa's team last season. Famously didn't win a lot of games, if I'm not mistaken, Jordan. And then we have the other player who I had their name in my head, and then it was like, you know what, you're gonna forget that. Oh, Samurai. I've never seen this guy play ever. I think I played a casual with him once, and he seemed fine, but casual is different than comp. So my question mark is definitely on these tanks. And then that being said, is Bodega Hive have clearly played together before, so I'm just gonna go with Bodega Hive, and Rotaka should get a win this week.
There we go. Blue, what do you think?
I think Bodega Hive got away with possibly one of, if not the best drafts and just them having, like you said, that synergy from AGL. I think they're going to be a force early season all the way throughout. I think they're going to be a really good team, so I've got Bodega Hive in this matchup.
Looks like we've got a bit of disparity. Looks like a lot of people saying Bodega. Got a couple of people saying Gecko. I'm not going to say the last bit because Bubble either got me. I'm
Just
going to
say
call him Gecko
Cujo,
for now.
like
I'm
as
just
in the
I'm
dog.
just going to call him Gecko for now, you know?
Just say Cujo. Just go Cujo right now, Jordan.
For Camelot! Forever long!
Thank you very much for the follow there, Rodo Assassin.
Okay, Jordan.
I'm going to ignore
He's
you.
ignoring the question.
It looks like Bodega Hive is going to be the public vote.
Forever long!
Brittle,
Public
you've not
vote.
followed us yet. You've been here for like 3 seasons. What's wrong with you?
Rare L moment. Ban him.
moment for Brittle.
Get him out.
Get him out
In
of there.
fact, because of that, Otters are winning. I don't even. I'm joking.
Forever
Let me
long!
have to
Onyx
look at
as well.
rosters.
What's going on here? Look at this.
Bro, the GGs be fake, bro. I
Here
don't
we
know what to
go.
tell you.
Next up, we have Cyberpunk Atlas versus Going Ghost in the Lancelot division. I think this Otters team is a little bit interesting. I don't know a great deal about Mongo in solo. Don't know a lot about their duo lane. And obviously, Dave. Never heard of Green Dragon or seen him play ADC. They've got a decent mid and Zelda, and their jungle Reckless, I think, is going to be really good in this division. So I think their mid and jungle, for me, are their best roles. But Going Ghost have just drafted a good team. I think they've got Onyx back as captain. They've got Britork and Trixie. Whether they can both just coexist with each other and not shout each other's heads off is a completely different story. But you've got those two playing together. And then they've got Tank returning to comp as well, who was always a competent support back in the Valhalla days. He took a break for a few seasons, but he's now back as well. So I'm going to have to give this to Going Ghost, I think, just based on they've got a pretty solid mid-solo jungle comp that we've seen play before, and they're just good players.
To me, this is one of the hardest matches to predict because I do think that there's a potential that Reckless, whatever you said is wrong, Zelda is like one of the best jungle mid combos. But like after that, to me, this Otters team looks a little bit suspect, like Among Us, So I'm gonna have to probably go with Going Ghost, even though it feels to me that having 2 EU players is never a good strategy. But I'm be honest with you, Jordan. This is one of the harder games to predict in my mind, but I'm gonna have to go with Going Ghost and go Onyx Goofy.
There we go. Let's go.
Season 1 of Camelot, I was on a team with both Britt and Trixie, and it didn't go too well. So I'm interested to see if they can put the past behind them.
You were the issue.
Well, most of the time I am, but I think if they're able to, like Jordan said, coexist and get their dive under control, I think Going Ghost win this matchup.
Is that
Twitch
the Galactic Gangsters?
They're already typing in a Twitch chat. They know when it's coming, so...
Is that the Galactic Gangsters?
Galactic Gangsters. It's GG, it's the Galactic Gangsters, of course.
Oh gosh. Yeah, how I got banned from Going Ghost. I like it.
I'm seeing more GGs than I am Otters, so we're going to go GG just to speed this up
Well,
a
it's
bit.
easier to type out GG than it is Otters.
Very true. They're not Otters, they're rodents, remember.
RTR.
Rune Rodents.
Yeah,
knows.
rodents.
I'm voting for them in Merlin.
Next up,
just
we
so you know.
have the King's Court up against the Vibe Tribe. Now, King's Court made a few trades during the week, as we saw. There's actually a triple trade going across, so they've strengthened their roster, I think, by quite some margin compared to what they had before. They've managed to get Dashiway over from, who's probably, I would say, the best solo laner, if not second, in solo lane rankings in terms of Lancelot.
Like Bluo on top.
They've got Scary Creep, they've got Obluo, they've got MT59, they've got Twisted. This squad for me is just pretty fucking good on paper, not gonna lie to you. And up against this Vibe Tribe squad, I obviously love the Vibe Tribe, but I just don't know. I've just got question marks. Duke over in solo lane, he's learning solo lane, he's pretty good. Squatch is returning when he's on his day, he's a good support. Fuego is a solid ADC, but in the mid lane they've got Pineapple. I'm not sure who's playing jungle. Could be Ryu, could be Chio, not too sure. But for me, I just think that the King's Court have just got a pretty stacked roster over there. And if they can all just coexist with each other, they'll be absolutely fine, and I think they'll win.
I'll let Bluo take this lead.
I mean, yeah, I think that trade definitely strengthened our roster. Heavy load. I'm excited to see Dash and MT dive together all season long. I definitely think we win this one. A little tidbit, I'll be an ADC today, and we will have Jolly at support. just because the 2 p.m. time slot isn't the
Oliver.
You got Jolly. What, Jolly Green?
Yeah, did I say Jolliver?
Change
I'll
it.
just I need to
Change
change my vote. You're basically playing 4v5. He'll just DC.
Yeah, I wouldn't even talk about the DC, bro. He out here. He's your mirror walling your own teammates off. He's that tight.
I love Jolly. Jolly don't mind a bit of banter, so I love
But
Jolly.
if I had to pick a team here, I'd go 5-0 TKC.
TKC coming out here. Public vote, what do we think? TKC, Vibe Tribe. I've seen a couple of TKC, definitely winners 2-0. TKC. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more TKC than I am Vibe Tribe at the minute, so I'm going to have to go TKC coming through here. I did make my own Lance rankings because I saw people doing it in chat, so I just thought it'd be fun to make my own Lance rankings. Completely non-biased, you know. I haven't seen anyone play yet. This is just based off what I think. I'm not part of any team or any organizer. You're not in Lance, you fucking. Shall I add you to the bottom? I'll add you to the bottom of the support list, shall I?
Okay, I'll take it.
I haven't seen anyone play yet. This is just based off my pre-season rankings. I did add the mid lane Vlad into the list because he played mid yesterday. I might update this every week. I might not. It depends. If I get time to. I want to do one for Merlin as well. I know Arthur generally don't really care about tier lists and rankings, but I do want to do one for Merlin as well and just give my own sort of personal opinion. Maybe I'll get some others to do theirs and put them on as well, but I've made a little Lance list here, so as you can see the teams are ranked over the side by points. Obviously this is the one that was in chat the other day, so I just took it and was like, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Yeah, I'll let you have a little look at this and take it in. I'm not going to go for everyone.
I didn't realize Daddy Neptune was signed up. I hope the team whoever drafted him knows he could never play.
That's my kitchen squad.
Yeah. I say this is pretty fine. My only issue is that Oblue is not in solo for whatever reason. I'll be honest with you.
Why am I in solo? Wait.
Oblue solo on top, everyone else on bottom.
That is true. If anybody's seen my Thor solo, it is something special. It's a sight to see.
The Oni Bandit.
End of days.
Yeah.
Oh dang, there's actually some hard stepdad disrespect here. Hold up.
Yeah, I think hard stepdad maybe a little
Hard
bit.
stepdad's probably the best player in the division. Like straight up.
So yeah, that was me list there. So I've got a bit of background noise at the minute. You have to bear with me. But,
everyone below Trucker and Carries is worse than someone who's playing with one hand. I'm just telling you that right now, people.
As you can see on the right, King's Court, Food Fighters, Big Hive, Going Ghost, they're the teams that are top due to this rankings that I've obviously made. And it's completely my own personal opinion, no facts here, just my opinion.
Yeah, shitty sellers coming out. But don't worry, by the end of the season, they'll be back to terrible turtles.
I forgot to change their name to Killer Kappas again.
Oh yeah, they've changed their name again.
But yeah, solo lane I obviously know a bit more than I do the other roles, just because I'm a solo laner, so I'm able to sort of drink that. I've kind of just made educated guesses based on player skill level for mid and support, but I'm pretty solid with the solo pool, and I think that's pretty accurate in my opinion. Let me have a look and see. Right, let's go back to predictions. We'll go back to Merlin. Vibe Tribe versus Order of the Blight. First Merlin matchup this week. Let's go to the Merlin rosters and have a quick look. So, Merlin rosters: Lake in ADC, Oracle Fultz in support. We got Neptune Spartan in mid, and then we got Scared Child in solo, and Saint Gucci in the jungle. Pretty solid squad overall, I think. Definitely leaning towards that duo lane of Oracle and Lake. I know they've played together before. That's going to be a pretty solid duo lane in Merlin this season. Vibe Tribe have got Scotia. They've obviously got Timbo, and they've got Pockles as well, who know he's a decent ADC. So they've definitely got players in there, but for me, I am going to have to go with all the Blight. I think that duo lane of theirs, of Lake and Oracle, paired with Neptune as well, who's obviously back in comp again. He took a season off in Season 2, but was fantastic in Season 1. Gucci, we know, is also a solid jungle, but I think for me, all of the Blight are going to take it.
I think, to me, this Order of the Blight team's kind of the inverse of what they were last season, to where they had a very good. They still have a very good AC, but they had a very good mid jungle, and I think that they've actually inverted their roster this season to where they're going to struggle a bit in mid and jungle. But I still easily picked them over this Vibe Tribe team, who I think is just Scotia versus the world right now. So I'm gonna have to pick Order of the Blight to.
What do you think, Blue?
Yeah. I'll never bet against Neptune Spartan. That guy is now he's back in the scene. He's crazy. He's on my OSL team, and the things that he does just is wild. And along with their duo lane, I think Order of the Blight take that pretty easily.
Fun fact though, anytime I've played a set against Neptune Spartan, he's lagged out. Like every time. He's never lagged out in any other set.
Bubbles
He's only
DDoSing
lagged
him,
out
confirmed? Is that
What
what you're
you're,
thinking?
what you're
DDoS.
saying is you have a switch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm literally
Bubbles
switching Neptune's internet off. Like on God.
Nice.
He one time made me play a 5-hour set because of that.
What do we think, Twitch chat? What are we going for? Are we going for Blight or are we going for Vibe Tribe? I've seen one All of the Blight 2-0 in there. Lakes in chat as well.
Wonder who about.
Good news though, I just won my AGL set. Woo!
You won your AGL set? Was it FF?
Yeah, the FF.
I was about to say.
The FF.
Who was it against?
Hockaday and Charlie's team.
Okay. Alright, I'm seeing more Blights, so we'll go with Blight. Next up, we have the Kitchen. First time in Merlin this time around. Up against Hanford Hairnets. So Hanford Hairnets have got Gary in the mid lane. Good old Gary.
It's Gary Jungle.
Is it Gary Jungle? It's not Gary Mid? Okay.
Yeah, it's Gary Jungle.
How do you know it's Gary Jungle? You have the
That's
inside
me.
information.
That's me.
This Kitchen team is pretty good. They've got Azor, they've got Scalping, they've got Asinus, they've got Seaman, like that solid 4. I'm not really sure about Heal Me. Haven't seen a lot about him, but I've heard good things.
I was telling Azor about them. I was about to pick Heal Me or that Hokage Devil person, but they both got sniped before I got him. But Heal Me's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that Kitchen could be one of the strongest teams on paper in Merlin this season. Just looking at that and the people that are on it and how solid they are in each role. It depends if Seaman's available every single week because it's just Seaman, and depends whether he's free or not. Because I know last season that was the issue Hairnets had. But if he's free, that squad is very, very good. And I think the Kitchen have got away with murder in the draft. We'll have to wait to see how it pans out. But I am going to go the Kitchen.
So here's a draft strategy tip for Seaman. If it's about to be winter, you should draft him because he's not going out as much. The Kitchen is one of the best teams, if not the best team. So obviously, I'm gonna have to go with the Kitchen. This Hairnets team is not the best everywhere, to be honest with you, and they're gonna struggle winning some of these sets.
What do you think, Blower? I know you're not a Merlin person, but
yeah, but this Kitchen, I know most of them on this just from Reap and just being around. This Kitchen team is stacked. Definitely gonna go with them.
Yeah, Kitchen making a statement, getting not only Azor as captain, who a lot of people I think had on their first rounded block, but then obviously drafting this pretty decent team, so no surprise. Let's see what Twitch chat thinks. I've seen Kitchen all the way. Someone said Hanford Hairnets. Let's wait and see if there's any more people type in. I'll try and speed this up so we're getting to like 1:30 now. And I don't want to incur any issues for my spectators for the next set. Trying to set up and get stuff done in time. So
hurry up and vote Kitchen so we can move on randoms.
Yeah, getting Azor as captain. Okay, I'm just gonna put the Kitchen because why not?
I think I should go first for this one, for sure.
Okay.
I guarantee a Gecko Kujo 2-0.
Okay, coming out of the block pretty quickly there.
Yeah, I heard that the Gecko Kujo team kind of got stomped in Scrim the other day, but I can't imagine them struggling against this Ice Age team. I think this Ice Age team drafted pretty weirdly. We've also had that issue with Steiner maybe not wanting to play solo, so it's weird. I think Hokage Devil's really good, but the rest of this team I feel just feels kind of lacking. So they're going to be like this Hairnets team and struggle to win a lot of these sets. I'm going to have to go with Gecko Kujo here with my boy Blubber Ducky.
Yeah, I know they're pulling up a sub today, I believe.
Who?
I don't think their mid laners here, so I think they're pulling up.
There's two options. Who's pulling up a sub?
Oh, Gecko Kujo, sorry. Gecko Kujo are pulling off a sub for their mid laner, but they've got Wally over in the solo lane, back in solo again. He was fantastic in support last season, but I know he's also a pretty damn good solo laner. They've obviously got Sweatiest, who was in Alpha last season, coming down to play jungle. Baked, Blubber Ducky, like they're all solid people across all the roles, and I think even with that mid lane sub, Ice Age, I think, as I said, they've just got a bit of identity issues. Kroger's going to be half decent in jungle. Astina, if he was playing solo, I've seen him play ADC. I believe there was an issue where he went and changed his roles on the form, the Google form that you sign up on, but this was like a couple of days before the draft, and at that point we don't look at that sheet, we just look at the owner's sheet, and a lot of other people like sending tickets through, so it's just a miscommunication thing. But he wanted to play ADC rather than playing solo, but his roles on the draft sheet were still solo, so he was picked up to play solo, but now doesn't want to play solo anymore. So I believe they have a Kivo playing solo today, and obviously Stina wanting to play ADC, and Leon's obviously not going to bench himself, so I believe Stina is on the bench at the moment. Whether that'll change, we'll have to wait and see. Maybe Stina will want to go back to playing solo again, but I think Akivo is playing solo, and I'm not too sure on Hokage, not too sure on Dr. Feels So Good. They're players that I haven't really seen play, but I'm going to have to give it to Gecko Kujo as well. I think they've just got a solid roster on paper.
I already gave you my answer.
I was so sure. I was so sure of it because it was already posted, by the way.
Oh, did they FF or something? Oh no, they scheduled for like noon or something.
Yeah, it
What
was
is
already
wrong
posted.
with these people?
It got posted like right before we went over it.
Oh really? What, the result?
Yeah,
they
it
played
was
at
Gecko
noon.
Kujo to.
Okay, we'll give everyone a free Gecko Kujo then. There we go, perfect.
Hey, you
I
can
didn't
still
realise.
count me. I didn't know, but Bluo's dumb.
Yeah, Bluo's cheating over here. What's he doing?
Get on.
I'm using my resources. That's what I was taught to do.
There we go, lovely. Right, moving on. We now have Molly's Demons versus the Gun Show Shoguns. So, Gun Show Shoguns have El Rosa, Bag Secured, Dorky Wannabe Goth, Reaper, and One. They have Zexagon and Epic Wizard on the subs bench as well. Pretty decent roster.
I'm pretty sure Zexagon's starting. From what
He
I'm
may be
hearing.
starting. He may be starting. I'm looking at the rosters.
One
I know the
on the
rosters
bench.
aren't
One
massively.
on the bench.
Yeah, I think One has benched himself.
Dorky in support, Rosa solo, Reaper mid, and then
Just
that
realised
bag
that says,
secured guy in
that says
jungle.
Last Division. Ignore me. That's Merlin Division. Anyway. Molly's Demons, they have Solar Sage, Ishirushi. I really don't know much about this Molly's Demons team.
That's my opinion on Molly's Demon team too. It's a bunch of people I've never heard of. I know one of them's Black Air Forces. He just changed his names. That is a guy Yoshi person. So I'm gonna go with the Devil I Know. I'm gonna go with the Gun Show Shoguns.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. I don't know enough about this team. Could be a bunch of fraggers, and they could not be. But I don't have enough information.
I think the Gun Show team probably has like the 3 best players in the lobby. So I'm just gonna go with them probably. But I admit that I'm not too well informed about this Molly Demons team.
Hearing that Juan has benched himself, it gives that Gun Show team a
A
fighting
boost.
chance. I think they definitely win that now that they made that decision. So
Get Juan out of there. Get him out.
We love One. What do we think, Twitch chat? What are we going for? I've seen nothing yet so far
Two
for this one.
rodents. Go with the rodents.
The rodents are next, idiot. Okay, I'll just pick for you in a minute. I'll do what I did with Noxus and just pick the opposite if no one wants to vote. That's what I did last season. Whenever Noxus wasn't there, I just picked the opposite to what Bubble picked.
Yeah, that was kind of mean.
Well, that's not mean. It's Noxus. This is our fault for not being here.
Alright, we gotta move this on. Pony on up, Jordan.
They're voting for Molly's Demons. Job done. Cyberpunk, or Root and Tomb Rodents, sorry.
I'll take this one, So, Bodega Hive, so they've drafted a bunch of fraggers. I think McDaniel's really good for this division. I don't think anyone knows who he is for some whatever reason. But the issue is that not only are they going to be missing Gary, Ice the Cool has schedule issues a lot of time too. This Bodega Hive is going to schedule a lot of time, just have a hard time fielding their main 5. Even if they were to field their main 5, I would still pick the Rootin' Rodents because I believe Soul is a top 2 support in this division, and Noxus again had a very good season last season. Now, if I'm Bodega Hive, I am banning Thanatos, but I'm still going to pick Cyberpunk Otters here.
Cyberpunk Autos coming out from.
Oh, put Rune Tune Rodents real quick. RTR.
I've got to put Root and Tomb Raiders for you. Okay, I'll put RTR. There you go. Yeah, for me, it's again the question. It's going to be the same as Hanford Hennets were in Merlin last season of who's showing up this week. Depends on whether you vote for them or not, and it's going to be the consistency thing. Like you said, I think they've got a solid squad on paper, but it will just depend on who's available. Because I don't think their 2 subs are anywhere near as good as the starting 5 roster, unfortunately. Otters have got Krusty and Noxus, who played together last season. They've got Libra, who's pretty solid. Thailand, they've obviously got Soul, who you mentioned is fantastic. And I even think their subs bench is half decent as well. Like Tinglish and Magic Fits will do fine in this division. So I think for me, I'm going to have to go for the Root and Tomb Rodents again. Based on the information that Bubble just said.
I think I read somewhere that Tinglish is in today for the Otters.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know if that changes the outcome, if Hive have their 5 or if not. I still think the Rodents take it.
At Noxus, are you playing today?
Like I said, I can't remember where I read it, but I feel like I've read it today.
Right, let's have a look now. What does Twitch chat think? Someone's talking about the kitchen game. Who's on the kitchen? They're about to be cooked. Okay. That kitchen team's pretty good. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna put Bubble in the kitchen. Okay, someone said Cyberpunk Otters, so we're gonna go. You don't get to put Rune Tomb Rodents.
You have to be part of the cool kids club.
Okay. Next up, we have the Killer Kappas versus the Going Ghost.
So this is an interesting matchup, Jordan. Do you know the details of this match?
I do not know the details of this match.
Right.
Please
enlighten me.
Please enlighten me. I know it's code involved. So
the Kappas did very well in a scrim the other day. So their lineup for the day is going to be Cavebonk solo, Panther jungle, Cusco mid. That one guy in the support, I forget his name. He's pretty decent, by the way. I forget his name. And their ADC is going to be Alfredo. But then Going Ghost is running a roster to where it's Ice Steel buff solo, and then that one guy in the jungle who got moved up from Lancelot, that EU player, I forget his name.
Scrub.
Proper Scrub?
What? Yeah, Proper Scrub. So Cyber will not be playing today.
Oh, interesting.
So that makes this game way more interesting. To where I'm very hesitant to pick Going Ghost. I do think Buffs will be the best player in the lobby, so I'm going to pick Going Ghost, but I'm acknowledging the fact that this Kappa's team could probably win this set.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Cusco mid. I've seen him play mid before. It depends on what he's. I know you love to. I know you love to bash on Cusco. He's a Cusco, but that team is pretty good across the board.
I've never bashed on Cusco.
It's going to be interesting to see. For God's sake, stop playing Cusco soundboard. Cyber. Yeah, Cyber not being there is going to be interesting. I know they've got X2 Dope, who's pretty good. So they've got Hunter, who's also a really solid support as well. So the Going Ghost team still have good players.
Yes.
But this is probably the trickiest matchup for me of the week, and I am gonna give it to. I'm gonna have to give it to Going Ghost. I think even without Cyber there, I still think that squad is just good.
Cyber. I think I'm gonna lean towards Killer Kappas. I feel like Cyber really can change the map. Also, looking at the roster, is that deciding arc? Is that arc 5s? I see him.
No. It's an EU player. Okay. It's a fellow Cuscoder.
Oh, well, that changes everything. No, I think I'll still go Kappas.
Nice. I'll put that in there. Loads of people are saying GG, so I'm gonna put GG in there. So let's go to the Food Fighters versus the King's Court. Next up, the Food Fighters unfortunately have some guy in support called Dirty Bubble, who will no doubt cost them. So unfortunate for them.
Should be in Lance.
Should be in Lance, but they have got a few decent players. They've got Seishin, obviously starting for the first time over here. Not starting, just playing for the first time over here in Camelot this season. Seishin is fantastic. We've got Terminator, Evelyn, VV Fallen VV, who was solid last season as well. So we've got a few good players on the King's Court team. They have got Cyphers. They've got the Crooked Stick, who actually had the unfortunate misery of going up against in a ranked game the other day. Was it ranked? No, I think it was a casual game, actually. Just in casuals. Crooked Stick was playing ADC, and he was pretty cracked. So They've got the Goose. They've got Call Me Gogonuts. So it's going to be... It's difficult. Very, very difficult to see who is going to be winning this game. I think I'm going to have to give it to Food Fighters. I think Cyphers and Crooked are probably the best two players on that King's Court team. I'm unsure about the rest of it, but I think Food Fighters have got good, solid across the board.
No, that King's Court team in particular probably has the best backline in the division. The issue with them, I believe, is going to be everywhere else. I don't know what their roster is going to be. They've gone through like the most changes in Merlin so far. I know they've been like desperately trying to get a solo laner this entire time. I think they're starting Go-Go-Nuts in solo, for instance.
Okay.
But like their jungler is going to be like Draco 10k or something, and then like their support's going to be Goose, who I don't even know if he's starting or anything. So like I said, that King's Court roster is a mystery to me for the most part. They do have a very good backline, but I think that's all their team is, and I'm going to have to pick my team here.
Yeah, so knowing what's kind of going on in the King's Court, I'm going to go with, I think the Food Fighters in King's Court are very strong in different areas. I think, like Bubble was saying, the backline of TKC is very strong, and compared to the Food Fighters, they've got a strong dive. I'm going to go with TKC here. We may see some subs today, but I still have faith in the King's Court.
Oh, it's a biased answer, not a truthful answer.
He's the captain of the King's Court last. Of course he's got that.
I am very willing to vote against my own team.
He voted against his own team like 5 times last season, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I am very...
I've seen one Food Fighters in chat. Anything else before I put Food Fighters in? Because that's the only answer I've seen in a minute.
That's 100%, Jordan. You got to put it down.
Well, you're already here. You don't count. I've seen 2 other TKCs, so TKC's going through.
Yeah!
Boo, biased votes. Wait, there's someone just put Food Fighters though. Look, just do time, man. Just do.
We'll go with TKC. Yeah. Perfect. We've got to hurry this up because we've got a little bit now till your bot. You fucking idiot. Gecko Cujo versus Going Ghost is going to be the next one.
Oh yeah, we're counting the King's Court org vote, bro.
Here we go. Gecko Cujo versus Going Ghost in Arthur. This is interesting because these two teams are pretty good. Going Ghost have obviously got Gatto, they've got Octi, they've got Crusader, I'm not too sure about. Scrotum Sniffer, what a fantastic name that is. Along with Mr. Sneaky, of course, and Kolobsky. Like that squad is pretty good. But on the opposite side, you've got Aztec, who was fantastic last season. You've got Zotz, who's probably one of the best junglers. Outside of probably Sneaky, you've got Storm, who's really good. Vito's back in support again, or potentially playing ADC, I'm not too sure. They've got a solid squad as well, so this could be a different one for me, but I can't see past the Mr. Sneaky diff, so I'm going to have to give it to Going Ghost.
I have to completely agree with you. I'd be honest, though, this is definitely the toughest matchup in Arthur to predict, because I believe these are 2 top 3 teams playing against each other right off the rip, so it's always shenanigans gonna happen, and it probably won't matter at the end of the season anyways. So I picked Going Ghost to win this one.
Can't against Scrotum Sniffer, so I'm gonna go with Going Ghost as well.
There we go, Going Ghost across the board.
Public vote. They picked GG, by the way. I already looked.
Yeah, there's so many GGs coming through, so I'm just gonna put GG down just to speed this up a little bit. Next up, we have Hanford Hairnets up against the Cyberpunk Otters. Cyberclaws, I think, have got a pretty... Hanford Hairnets, sorry, I think have got a pretty good draft. I mean, they've got Gumbo and Solo. Zexy looked fantastic in the scouting games. Obviously got moved up in captain. They got Baijin, who is the better brother. From probably everyone agrees with that. You've got Lone Wolf coming back as well. He was a fantastic support back in Valhalla. He's making a return to comp this time around. So I think that squad is pretty good. Over on the Otters, you have got people like Jinx. You've got Josh the Landlord, who's obviously coming back up to Arthur. But I don't know where the strength and depth is on that team. I'm not too sure about Tubesies or Windfall. Haven't really seen too much of them play. But just looking at that Hairnets team, I think that is a really good team. So I'm going to go with the Hairnets.
That Windfall person is actually pretty good, but I believe this Hairnets team, if we're just going off of pure mechanics out of every other team, that Hairnets team could be the best mechanical team. The issue is of how they gel, but because they're always liable, they have a couple players on the liable who may not take the game seriously at all, especially in regular season, but I still have to pick Hairnets, just mechanically diff the Cyberpunk Otters here.
Yeah, I've seen Zexy play, and that guy is absolutely wild. So I think I'm gonna go Hairnets here.
The Monkeys.
Apologies if I misgendered someone. I died again. I don't. There's 300 players in this league. I
Who'd
don't know
you
what.
misgender, Windfall?
Lone Wolf. I said he instead of she. So apologies. I don't. There's 300 players in this league. I don't know everyone off the top. You know, if I make assumptions, I apologize. Blue, what are you going for?
He said Hairnets.
Hairnets.
I'm going with the Zexy diff Hairnets.
Sexy. What are we going for? Public vote.
Rinton Rens.
Are we going for Cyberpunk Otters or are we going for the Hairnets?
The Reddits. One of these days, that org will draft me. One of these days.
What, the Root and Tune Rodent? Oh, you made yourself your org owner. You're org. You have to be captain. You can't be drafted.
We'll transfer orgs for one season. Which
become the Root and Toot and Food Fighters. There you go.
Yeah, oh gosh. And when World War III breaks out, we have to combine all the orgs.
I've seen one Otters and one Food Fighters, so I mean, I don't know what to think. I'm going to put Otters now, so we can speed this up a bit. It's not even an Otter Food Fighters set, but there we go. Next up, we have the King's Court, the last game, King's Court versus Ice Age, coming out this time around.
I'll be honest with you, Jordan. This should be a 2-0 King's Court win, especially with Sue Slayer leaving the team for Ice Age. But even if Sue Slayer was there, I'd still pick King's Court 2-0.
It's going to be interesting. I think Ice Age have got decent players. Tiki Do, from what I can tell, is pretty good. Only Mythical is also probably one of the better players on that team. Schmoven played last season, was half decent as well. Not too sure about Post Drama. Underclass obviously moving up. There's a big jump from Merlin up to Arthur, so we'll have to see how he performs as well. Again, there's going to be questions. There's going to be question marks for me on that, obviously, because he's moved up from Merlin to Arthur. It's a completely different ballpark. So they do have some strength in depth to Ice Age, but there is a couple of question marks on that team. King's Court, though, have some fantastic. Got Bybirth, who I actually jumped into in a casual game the other day, and he was on my team, and he carried our team. Was running around on Maman Brigitte, which, I mean, isn't hard because Maman's just broken at the minute, but he was just killing everyone and just having a fantastic time and just carried me to victory. So, but they've got Reiku, who's probably one of the best, if not the best mid laner in the entirety. They've got King Koopa, Vayu, who's also good. Like, that team on paper for me is just good in quite a few areas. And Ice Age, even though they're good, I think I've got a couple of question marks for me. Again, a couple of players I don't know, and Underclass in the jungle, again, how he's going to perform up against the likes of Sneaky, Zots, these veteran sort of Arthur players is going to be the telling when we come into week one here. So I'm going to have to go for the TKC.
I already voted TKC. Like I said, very hard to pick someone who got diffed by Cruise Code. Alright.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'm going to also vote the King's Court here.
Yeah, we see the bias.
No bias at all.
No bias.
What do you vote for next?
Strictly facts.
Bro? You voting for something spicy yet, bro? Come on.
Hey,
you voting for something spicy here?
Hey, championship team.
On jaw. Third top 4 team.
What do we got? We got TKC, we got Ice Age, we've got a couple of people putting it in. I've got one Ice Age, one TKC so far. So any more? Okay, TKC. I'm going to ignore the food fighters that keep coming up in chat. TKC looks like job done. Lovely. Right. Well, that'll be it for now. Because we are cutting it very close to the time of.
Who are we casting
the
at
first
2
game?
o'clock, Jordan?
Who are we casting? Well, if you go to announcements and check, I will be able to tell you. But announcements have been put out of the game that's being casted. But it is going to be a large game up first, and it's going to be Cyberpunk Otters versus Going Ghost is going to be the first set on today. And then from 4:30, we're going to have Gunshow Merlin versus Molly's Demons Merlin. So we are going to be able to see this Molly's Demon Merlin team in action up against Gunshow. And then from 7 p.m, we have Geku Koju versus the Going Ghost in the Arthur division, so that should be a fantastic set. All the
Oh
sets will
yeah,
hopefully be
Going
good.
Ghost bias really coming out here. SMH.
There's only six teams in Arthur. All right.
Yeah, but I see that we didn't stream the King's Court Ice Age. I see how it is. Yeah.
But yeah, join us in around about 10 minutes time for the Cyberpunk Otters versus Going Ghost for the first game of the season. I hope to see all of you in Twitch chat cheering on whichever team you want to win. But without further ado, we'll leave it here for this week, and we shall be back next week. Goodbye, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.